This is another episode. Welcome back, Recovery. So I don't know if you've heard this joke. Let's start with.
I'm actually excited. He stopped getting me free tickets to the shows.
Yeah,
I gotta wait for the jokes to drop now.
Okay, so this is New Year's Eve show. Okay, I'll just set this. So this is a joke. It's a new-ish joke. Like, it's a new joke that I started doing at the start of my sets. I wrote it in Ontario, and I had to change it for Alberta, and you'll see why. Okay. So I come into why I say I've been traveling.
Who's out there from Montreal? All right, so, nice. I went to Montreal for the first time, and this is how I knew how Albertan I was. I was out there, and then I was doing a show, and the guy before me on the show, he said a Trudeau joke, and then half the audience cheered. Exactly, and I was like, I've never heard the word Trudeau without the word in front of me before. Not once, nice. I told them, I'm like, kids in Alberta grow up thinking his first name is. That's what they think. They're like, why would Castro name him that? You know what I'm saying? That's a weird name, right? You can take that one home with you, right?
So this joke, 100% true story. I'm like, this joke happened as it happened. I wrote it in the sec. So it's me and Sterling. We're out in Ontario. We're in Toronto, and we're at this show. We're in the back. It was like a guest spot or a house, I forget. And he's doing this joke, and he says something about Trudeau. He says something about like how good looking Trudeau is or something, and like how like a bunch of people cheered. And I remember.
What the?
So me and Sterling were just sitting there and he looks at me and he's like, "Yeah, we're not in Kansas anymore." We're just laughing, right? We're like, and I'm like, that is like that is the first. Yeah, that can never happen here. Like that will never happen in Alberta. And so we're laughing, like the guy's on stage and we're laughing, and then we're just joking. We're joking about how crazy that is. I was like, that's the first time I heard Trudeau in a while without the word first. And we're laughing and we're just joking about what's happening in the moment. And I forget what Sterling says. And it's the next part though. So like sometimes you're just riffing, you're talking and it's whatever, it's haha. But then the next part, I'm like, if you're a kid in Alberta, you hear Trudeau so much, you probably like, that's his name. I'm next on the show. So I go up and I just say it just like that.
Okay, live.
Exactly. Like it definitely, I can tell I'm not in Alberta because he was talking about Trudeau and you guys liked it. And then I did that joke that way, right? Like, because I'm from Alberta. So it's just like a little throwaway. Not a throwaway, but it's just like a in the moment joke at this show. But then I'm like, okay, can I take it back? Because one thing I don't like is if you have a joke that only works one place. Yeah. So I'm like, let me see if I can do it in Alberta. So then I rewrite it and go, hey, guess what? Look how weird it is. Look how Albertan I am. Yeah. Right? Because in Ontario, they're kind of laughing. They're laughing at Alberta. Kind of.
Yeah, totally.
Right? Like they're laughing at Alberta. And then here, I'm like, I'm not going to do it in a way like, oh, look how stupid Alberta is.
Because we won't laugh at that.
Exactly. Yeah. People will be like,
you'll get shot.
They don't like it. And so I do it the opposite way and go, look how Albertan I am. I was there. They said this. And I was the one who was like, yeah, this is weird. Yeah. And I don't know if I did.
Actual culture shock between two provinces.
Right. I wrote more to it. Like, I thought of more to it. So even the part I say about Castro. You know that conspiracy, though, right? Yeah. Exactly.
Yo, and I don't even know if that's a conspiracy for real. Because I seen the photos, dog.
Yeah, I know. Well, the funniest part about that is, like, to me is, I don't know if it matters, actually. Like, it's...
I don't think it does.
It could be true.
Bro, I lived in Cuba, man. I'm telling you, they loved me when I was in Cuba, dog. I got secondhand love from that relationship.
I'm sure you've heard that from multiple Albertans, where like they'll tell you, unsolicited. Like you remember my neighbor? I won't say his name, but I remember he told me that. He's like,
oh, the one with the motorcycles.
Yeah. He's like, Castro's his dad, right? And I'm like, yeah, I didn't ask. I'm like, but they'll just tell you, hey, do you know Trudeau? Like,
random some Alberta facts.
Exactly, exactly. That's facts here. So this, I would say, it's not local anymore, but it's Canada specific. Like if you go if the states they won't know. Yeah. They won't care. They won't get it. But in Ontario, in Alberta, I've done it in BC.
And in BC, I'm assuming you did it more like how you did in Ontario.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I just go. I'm from Alberta. Yeah. And I wrote it in a way that I can say, look, I realized from traveling how Albertan I am. Yeah. By the shock, by like, because I go here and then people do a Trudeau joke, and I'm like, oh, I never heard the word. So it's the same structure.
Exactly. Okay, that's actually really smart. So it's not like you have multiple different versions of the joke. You have one standard version of the joke that now can be applicable no matter where you are.
Exactly. Because the first night I was just talking about, I'm from Alberta, so this is weird. I don't love jokes that pander to one side. Yeah. Like I don't love jokes where people just laugh or people cheer because they agree with you.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you notice in this joke, I don't say what I think about Trudeau. I don't say Trudeau.
Yeah.
And I don't say on the other side either, like people who say Trudeau or such. I'm just
and what is the importance for that, like comedically, to like kind of make sure that like you're not just like putting yourself in one side and making those jokes?
I'm really averse to have like clapter, like having people clap and agree with you. Like I'm like, it has to be funny first.
You're there to make them laugh.
Exactly. It has to be funny first. So I'm like, if it has a message or a side, that's great.
Yeah.
But if it has that only, that's what might worry.
Yeah.
So like, if I do think something and it happens to go in a funny joke, I'll just say it. Especially this joke, right? Especially like in Alberta, there are people who actually do feel like a strong way.
There are, yeah.
We're like very, very strong. Another thing I try to do with this joke is it helps me. So when you talk about like assessing the crowd, so like I typically kind of know the crowd just from watching.
Yeah.
But this joke is one of those ones I usually I kind of start with now, like near the start, because I can tell immediately, like based on how this joke goes and how people react to it, I know what type of room I'm in. What I've started to do even is like this joke is I'm literally picking up info from the audience. Like I'm watching who is on board on this joke immediately, because what happens too is the way I'll set it up is I was out in whatever, and I realized how Albertan I was. Somebody did a Trudeau joke, and the audience cheered, and I'll even like pause there just to be like I'm watching, because some people will be like they have like a visceral, they'll be like like they get upset, and some people are like, and where are you going with this? You know, like
exactly.
What's
They're
wrong with Trudeau? Exactly. And some people are like, so what? Like I cheer for. So I'm like I can see by just that setup. Let me see if I do it here.
To do stand-up.
Where the audience.
I didn't realize how Albertan.
Why is it?
Until I left for the first time. It's okay. You can. All right, yeah. She said, "You don't look it." I do. I went to Ottawa for the first time, and I was doing this show, and the guy before me on the show, he did a Trudeau joke, and then half the audience cheered.
So that wasn't that much of a pause, but still, I'm watching.
I was like, I realized I've never heard the word Trudeau without the word in front of it before, ever. And I told them, I was like, kids in Alberta grow up thinking his first name is. That's what they think. They're like, why would Castro name him that? It's a weird name. Am I one of you now to say yeah? All right.
You heard someone even cheered. Like they'll be like, because some people when they're like, like where'd you go? And then they'll be like, they kind of feel like, oh, he's not shitting on us. Exactly. And then they're like, yeah, like right, like
exactly.
They'll be proud, like that's Alberta, like get up, but it's like
exactly. And even for the people who are like, oh no, I like Trudeau. Like what you're saying is just it's affirming how they feel in a province. That's fucking,
it allows them to be like, that is Alberta.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, exactly. It lets them go. It's almost it's kind of like judgment free. It's just like this is how Alberta is, and it's like. Are people going to argue it, really? Actually, someone said something to me funny where they were like, because when he left office, when did he leave office? A year ago?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, how long do you think you can do this joke for? And I'm like, forever. Like, you don't, you have to understand Alberta. Like, Albertans still mad at the first Trudeau.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
literally, though.
Like, if you talk to someone over like 50. Yeah. And you talk about Pierre Trudeau, they will have aneurysm. You know what I'm saying? Like they will. Yeah. They will.
It's like numb vets. They're
they will lose their mind. So like, hopefully I'm not doing this joke for too much longer, but
for as long as it's funny. Yeah.
What else do I like about this joke starting off? is that when you start a show, like you want to have people laugh, and you want to kind of have, not people on your side is wrong. Yeah, I guess on your side. I find at the start of my sets, like I have to kind of not explain myself, but like
introduce yourself.
Yeah, you introduce yourself. Exactly. Sometimes people think, and I even notice that, even like, I think I've done The Grandfather. We did that episode already.
Mm-hmm.
But when I talk about, if you start with racism, some people get scared to laugh.
Yeah.
But like, is this going to be it? Is it like, like, is it going to be, it
puts them on edge.
Okay, am I on trial?
Yeah.
And I think this is like a good example of my, what?
It's like, I feel like that's like a thing I hear from like especially like white people, is like they're kind of like, yo, is this a test? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They're going to be looking at each other, like going to be looking if anyone's looking at them, and if they're laughing at that, like it's just
Yes, and like, so one thing I talked about this last episode where like I don't have to, but sometimes people also wonder about my race and stuff. So like I explain it, weave it in or whatever, introduce it.
Mm-hmm.
But this lets everyone, especially in Alberta, like they go, all right, we can just laugh. Mm-hmm. And then I get to go into, I get to go anywhere, right? Like
exactly.
I'm just like,
you have their ear now.
Like they're not sitting back like this at all.
Yeah.
They're just like, and
he's one of us.
but honestly, it's where it's like he gets. I don't want to say like he gets the culture, but like,
no, definitely.
I make very sure to like, I'm not on your side,
right?
Like I'm not, but it's gonna be funny. Like that's kind of my. I think that comes through. Where I don't come to be like, I'm not pandering at all. I don't know why I'm so like against that.
I know why you're so like that, because I know who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I if people ever think that, I'm like, no, I don't care. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be like, oh, he like, no.
Yeah.
If it's funny, it's funny.
Yeah. Yo, like your ultimate goal with this comedy is not to be a late night host. You know what I mean?
Trust. Yeah, exactly. Well, like, I noticed that, too, is, like, I can start to see, like, by people's jokes. Like, we all have, you know, things we come in with. And, like, some people want to be seen as, like, smart.
Yeah.
Some people want to be, like, I'm like,
yeah.
The only reason I want to be likable is just so that I have people enough so you can hear my jokes.
I feel like what you want to do is actually just have people focus on the jokes and not, like, whether is this guy a good person or not? Is this guy, like, on the right side of, you know, whatever political leaning I'm on, or like whatever the is, you're kind of just like, no, I want you to hear the jokes that I'm saying, and I want you to laugh. I want you to judge me on the merit of my material.
People will want to know what the political side your joke is on before they laugh.
Exactly.
As soon as you have a filter, I'm like, I don't pretend to be an expert.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to pretend to be an expert. I let the jokes lead me where they lead me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I happen to say something, okay, well, here's the flip side. Maybe you should take more stands, right? And be like, no, this is a good opportunity to be like, no, I'm actually gonna say what I think and believe in and follow that, and maybe that's how you find your audience. And maybe that is a smart thing, because like there's an old school way of thinking, which is like just be funny. And then there's kind of like a new social media thing too, where people are like finding their audiences kind of first, and then they're kind of like in an echo chamber. But is that the end of the world? I don't know. Like to perform for people who just agree with you and who like what you're saying. I'm like, oh, I don't want that. But it's like, well, you kind of do. You kind of want to find
your
general.
Audience.
Yeah, even
but
when
also, sorry, continue.
No.
But I was gonna say like you're also on the road though. Like I think it's different.
Well,
like
that's the issue. That's the thing, is when you go on the road. This is the old school way of thinking. You should walk into any room and make them laugh. That's your purpose. Say the things that will make them laugh. And so it goes negative in some ways, where sometimes you'll get people who are hacks, because that's what makes people laugh on the road or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's not what you want to do. But you should be able to kill in every environment. And then there's kind of like a new school where it's like people are kind of, I don't want to say coddled, but get the luxury of like, let's say they're able to find more of their audience online. Then they go to shows and it's more people who know what they do. And it kind of and it's just like, it's easier, a bit easier. But is that wrong?
Yeah.
I think it's wrong if you get to that point. So like, let's say you blow up your massive TikTok star and then you start stand up.
Yeah.
And you never get a sense of what's actually funny.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, you should be able to be actually funny first, and then it's great if you find your audience. But then the flip side is some people get really funny and then they're like overly a generalist and they can never find an audience because they're just funny for everyone.
Exactly.
And no one loves them.
Exactly. They don't have like a base.
Yeah.
But I like I don't know what in that context, because it is there's nuances, it's complex, and I don't know what's wrong or right. But what I feel like is that it would be boring. You know what I mean? Like if you go into a room where you like the audience is expecting a product for you to deliver and so on, and you can't really deviate from that because that's what your audience wants, then I feel like for the comic, wouldn't that just get boring?
Well,
like,
it has to be a balance, right? Because like I've heard Eddie Murphy too, where like can't do stand up, or like he couldn't because he would go into a room and they just cheer and laugh at everything he says. He's like, but this is not honest.
That's
it's like this is not honest, and it's not fun.
Yeah.
But then Louis C.K., people know what to expect from him. Yeah. They're not just gonna clap, but like he opens his special and he just comes out and he says babies should be dead, and people go, this is Louis. He doesn't need to go, here I am, do you guys trust me? They just go, we love you, we rock you, we know it's gonna be funny.
He doesn't need any foreplay.
Nothing right? And it's like that. I like that, right? Like, like
wrong
that.
choice of words for Louis. I shouldn't have said he doesn't need any foreplay.
Yeah, he does actually. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I didn't realize how Albertan I actually am at heart until I started traveling to do comedy this year. I went up to Toronto for my first time, and then the guy before me on the show, he did a Trudeau joke, and then the audience cheered. Exactly. I was like, I've never been so uncomfortable. I told him, I'm like, I've never heard the word Trudeau without the word in front of it before. I swear to God. I was like, I'm like, kids in Alberta grow up thinking his first name is. You know, the thing is, they're like, why would Castro name him that? It's a weird name, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is. Don't clap. It's all right.
He's sometimes on the key, relax.
Yeah, chill.
Relax. I know. We're not hate crime. Actually, I wanted to even go further with this joke and like go into like how his mom had sex with Castro and all this stuff. But I'm like, you know what? Let me just leave it here because the more I explain conspiracy, the more it's like, yeah, you know, he definitely believes. Which, who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. That was another episode. Thank you. Cheers. That was the Trudeau episode. Let me know what you think. We should
Is Castro his father?
Do a poll, yeah. 2 polls. Is Castro Trudeau's father? And number 2, what does that matter?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that exactly? What do we do with the info if it's true?